You must be wondering where all of your tax goes or the tolls you pay. Have you ever tried to know all of these? Well, let's find an answer to such a question. Basically, all you pay to the state goes to the fund used to do certain constructive works, such as buildings, railways, etc. The architectural development signifies all the country's economic growth that the government did. With such products in the country, we can compare the country's development then and now. The construction always sees country's development that the country's government does. These are monuments, roads, etc. The various policies and schemes regulated by the government clarify the amount of hard work that is being put up by the state authorities. When a comparison is made between countries' economic growth, then certain factors like infrastructure schemes, policies, and trust are taken into account. Let's take an example of the United States of America, where the yearly GDP is the highest among all the world countries. It is so because the USA is spending most of its funds on building the country's infrastructure. The USA is the first country that has privatized most of its companies, thus leading to a greater GDP. The USA is a country with a bunch of diverse cultures. Let me explain this in a more detailed way. Let me take another continent, which is Africa. Africa is the second largest continent in the world both in terms of size and population, with Islam as the dominant religion there. Africa is famous for its beautiful sights and cities, as it has some natural wonders, a long coastline, and unforgettable architecture. With this example, you saw that it is all dependent on a country's government that keeps its country among the top nations. Therefore, now you see where all the money in the form of taxes and tolls goes up. Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today's video will be on useless megaprojects worldwide that were only a waste of money and energy. It is a sign that the public's hard-earned cash goes in vain and how things get worsened in front of the government, and they are not able to take any actions without any further help. Let's get started. Number 5. Interstate H3 Hawaii. The first megaproject was a breathtaking scenic highway located in the state of Aloha, Hawaii. It was a 26 kilometers long Interstate H3 pass. It was considered the most stunning landscape in the world. However, it was known for creating traffic hazards, as several people always stopped there and looked at the side of this pass. It is to bring you the knowledge that it was first proposed in 1960, with certain consideration of the defense field. This consideration was important because it was connecting the Pearl Harbor Naval Base, lying on the south side, to the Marine Corps Air Station, lying on the east. The announcement of the H3 construction was stopped by many environmentalists and the natives living there. They were tensed about the great urbanization camp this construction would bring. All these thinking and protest by the people delayed the structuring of the megaproject obviously. The story took a race after 26 years when all the hurdles were removed from the way, and finally, the construction began in 1989. The H3 was opened up for the people in 1997. A word for H3 used is engineering marvel because of its difficulty during its construction. This highway runs over viaducts in order to protect the native environment in the valleys that come below. The total cost of the construction was $1.3 billion USD, which was considered the most expensive megaproject globally. Some critics say that the consideration which was made earlier is no longer relative to this project. Also, the natives do not use this H3. Therefore, in order to conclude, the majority of the people call it a useless project. Another project which we will be talking about is the one that got completely abandoned, unlike H3. Are you excited to get into the next megaproject that is considered useless? Here you go. Number 4. Ciudad Real Central Airport, Spain. The name of this project is Ciudad Real Central Airport, as we know that Spain is one of the best travel destinations in the world. This point was only taken into consideration when this project was proposed. This airport had one of the longest runways in Europe. It had the capacity of bearing 2 million passengers in a year. This was relatively low as compared to the Madrid one. The construction cost was $1.3 billion, but sometime after, problems came in the way of the project as there were no major airlines to attract the passengers. That's why this megaproject is useless for all. Number 3. Naypyidaw, Myanmar. This is the third most useless project in the world. Being the capital of Myanmar, this was kept a secret by the leader of Myanmar. The real meaning of this capital is the king's residence. The construction cost up to $4 billion, but due to the fewer people in the city created a problem for this project, and the incredible project remains empty, thus becoming a useless megaproject. Number 2. Forest City, Malaysia. Do you all like to hear about ghost cities? Let me introduce you to the smart city of Malaysia. This is where the foreign investors can spend their money and gain huge profits. But who knew that this project would face economic and political hurdles? The leadership change stopped the flow of funds into the smart city. As time passed, this smart city became empty, and it became very challenging for the people to live there and earn something. In conclusion, this was also one of the failures of the megaproject. Finally, it's time to get into the megaproject that is not valuable or useful at all. Number 1. Yucca Mountain, Nevada. This project was made to tackle the global issue, so to find solutions to a problem, an authority was set up which looked at the problem of dealing with waste. In 1987, Yucca Mountain was seen as a solution to this problem, which was close to the USA. So the plan was to collect all the waste from the areas and gather it in the tunnel complex of 300 meters under this Yucca Mountain. As it faced many oppositions, it still won approval in 2002. After that, the Department of Energy got the green flag that they had to begin the construction of the Yucca Mountain. Still, a great turn was left as when Barack Obama took office, the project had already taken its speed. But then the Obama's government stopped funding the project, and it went on the paths of failure. The cost of construction cost up to $17 billion, but since the funding had been stopped, the project could not succeed and became a megaproject that was useless. Some suggestions can be there, like before going out on any construction, you should make a rough sketch of the plan that these things will be required or not, and the amount spent is how much, or will it be a useful project? Because when a government starts to focus on one thing, that is the infrastructure, they lack in other aspects like health facilities, food, shelter, and many more. Hence, the country needs to balance the two things, and things should go hand in hand. Following these things, I think that the number of megaprojects that are failures will rise above that status, and they will really be a megaproject soon. These were some megaprojects that underwent a failure. So you see how your money either gets used or gets destroyed. Do comment your views on this topic, and let me know if more such projects are there or they are going to end soon. Your suggestions and reviews are valuable to us, so kindly tell us more. Your participation in any of these activities shows that you like the content we posted. So do show your enthusiasm and comment your views below. That's all for this video. If you have liked this one, do like, share, and comment. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn the notification bell on so that you get updated whenever I'm up with a new video.